Nature is everything around us. It provides beauty to our environment. Welcome back to English class. Today we are going to discuss all about nature. Children, now can you say what all things we can enjoy in our nature? The cool breeze, chirping sound of birds, a bath in a river, sunset, sunrise, the birds, the animals, trees and plants, everything we can enjoy in our nature. I hope all of you like that. So today we are going to learn a poem that is all about nature. Are you ready? Okay, so before that, let me show you a still model about our lesson. Okay children, so here you can see a still model. And what all things you can see here? Yes, here we can see a big forest, isn't it? And here we can see so many trees, so many plants are here, isn't it? And here we can also see a way to enter this forest. Here we can also see a way to enter this forest. And as we all know that forests are really relaxing. We will get fresh air and we can sit under all these trees and plants and we can relax, isn't it? So all of you look at the still model carefully. This is a still model of a forest. Okay. Now all of you take your textbook, page number 54. Lesson 8, the way through the woods. The way through the woods, as we see a way in that model to enter the forest. Okay, woods meaning forest. Okay, so let's get started. They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. Weather and rain have underdone it again. And now you would never know there was once a road through the woods. Before they planted the trees, it is underneath the coppice and heath and the thin anemones. Only the keeper sees that where the ring-dove broods and the badgers roll at ease. There was once a road through the woods. Yet if you entered the woods of a summer evening late, when the night air cools on the trout-ringed pools, where the otter whistles his mate, they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. You will hear the beat of a horse feet and the swish of a skirt in the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitudes as though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods. But there is no road through the woods. And this is one of the famous poem by Rudyard Kipling. And he's a famous writer, author and a playwright. Okay, so let's get started from the first stanza. They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. First of all, here we can see picture of a forest. And they shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. And the poet was saying that yes, in the olden days, there was a way to enter that forest, but they shut that way. The poet was saying that 70 years before, there was once a way to enter this forest. 70 years before, once there was a way to enter this forest. But now, after 70 years, that way was shut, that road was shut. Weather and rain have underdone it again, and now you would never know. There was once a road through the woods before they planted the trees. And the poet was saying that weather and rain have underdone it. And the poet was saying that weather and rain have undone it again. And the poet was eager to know. Yes, there will be no any weather or there will be no rainy season in that forest. And now you would never know. There was once a road through the woods before they planted the trees. So here the poet was saying that in the olden days there was one way, one road to enter that forest. But now there is no any way there. Now there is no any road to get inside, get into that forest. And we all want to enter that forest, but now what we can see there, yes, there is no any way, there is no any road. That road was shut. That road was shut, and there we can only see some huge trees and plants, and that was now a dense forest. And it is underneath the coppice and heath and the thin anemones. Note down the word coppice. Coppice means, what is the meaning? Shrubs cut to ground level. Shrubs cut to ground level, and heath, barren land. And note down the word anemones. Anemones means plant with bright flowers. So now what all things we can see in that forest now? After that 70 years, yes, now we can see coppice. That means the shrubs that are cut into the ground level. So though we can see so many shrubs, and that was now a heath, a barren land now. And also we can see thin anemones. Thin anemones meaning plants with bright flowers. Plants with bright flowers. Now we can see that forest that was filled with so many anemones and coppices. Coppices meaning shrubs, many shrubs, and at the same time anemones, trees and plants with bright flowers. So these are the things we can see in that forest now. And only the keeper sees that were the ringdove broods. Only the keeper sees that were the ringdove broods, and the badger roared at ease. There was once a road through the woods. So in that forest now we can see a keeper. That means a security. Security was there to look all that forest. And who can see the doves who is brooding there? Broods meaning give birth to. Okay, that is called as this dove broods. So that keeper, that security can only watch the animals who are living there. So which all are the animals? Yes, we can see the ringdove broods. That means the pigeon, that dove who is giving birth to its young ones. So only the keeper, the security, can see that doves. And the badgers roared at ease, and here you can see the picture of these badgers, and the keeper can also see the badgers who roar at ease, who is passing here and there all the time. And there was once a road through the woods, and in the first stanza the poet was saying that yes, once upon a time there was a way, there was a road to enter that forest, but now after 70 long years there is no any way, there is no any road to enter that forest. That road had been shut. Okay, so this is the first stanza. The poet was saying that 70 years before there was a forest, and there was also a road to enter that forest, but now there is no any way to get inside that forest, and that road was shut. And there is only one security guard, there is only one keeper to that forest. He can only enjoy the good things in that forest. That keeper can only see the doves who is giving birth to the young ones, and the badgers who is passing here and there all the time. And now that forest is completely filled with shrubs to the ground level, and now that was a barren land, and at the same time we can see so many trees and plants with bright flowers. Okay, so this is the first stanza. Now the second stanza. Yet if you enter the woods of a summer evening late, and the poet was saying that if you enter the woods meaning the forest. Now, if you enter that forest in the summer season, in the evening time, in the summer season, when the night air cools on the trout-ringed pools. The poet was saying that when you enter that forest in the summer days, in the summer season, evening time, yes, you will definitely feel the cool breeze there. You will definitely feel the cool breeze of the wind. And trout-ringed pools meaning in that forest we can see pools, that means small rivers, and that will make us very cool. And where the otter whistles his mates, and Here you can see the picture of this otter, and at the evening time the otter will whistles his mates. He will call out his mates by making the sound of this whistling. Children, do you know how to whistle? Okay, so likewise the otters will whistle to call out their mates. And they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. All these animals who are living in the forest, they are not afraid of the human beings because, yes, they see only few human beings in that forest. So they are not feared, they are not afraid of the human beings. You will hear the beat of the horse feet. And the poet was saying that. And after that, when you enter that forest, you can hear the sound of the horse feet. The sound of the horse feet. Children, now can you make the sound of the horse? Like that. Okay. So, the poet was saying that you can also hear the sound of the horse feet. And after that, and the swish of a skirt in the dew. That means dew. Dew means drops, water drops. And we can also see the water drops are filled in all the trees and plants, and that seems like a skirt. Okay. And steadily cantering through the misty solitudes. Note down the word cantering. Cantering meaning moving, and solitude. Solitudes meaning wasteland, wilderness. And steadily cantering through the misty solitudes and moving through that wasteland. And the poet was saying that, and you can move through that forest, move through that, yes, solitudes, that wasteland. Inside that forest, you can move here and there. As though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods, but there is no road through the woods. And here again the poet was saying that as though they perfectly knew the all lost road that through the woods. And the poet was saying that, yes, 70 years before there was a way, there was a road to enter that forest. And now, today, after that 70 years now, there is no any way. That forest was shut. No one can enter to that forest. And the poet was saying that, yes, it's clear perfectly. We know there is no any way, there is no any road that we can't enter that forest. But there is no road through the woods. Now we can't enjoy that forest. We can't enter into that forest. So basically this poem tells us about the nature, the beauty of nature. And here in this lesson, the poet also explains about the animals, the beauty, and about rain, river, everything about the nature. This poem tells us about the beauty of nature, isn't it? Repeatedly I told you that. And what is the moral you get from this poem? We must enjoy the nature. We must enjoy little things like sunset, sunrise, the chirping sound of birds, the rain drops, everything we must enjoy and take care of our nature. And in this poem we can also see the sadness of the poet Rudyard Kipling. Because 70 years before, he went inside that forest and he enjoyed everything. He saw all the animals. He was enjoying the nature, rivers, everything. But after 70 years, there is no any way to enter that forest and that road was shut. There is no any way to enter that forest. So now the poet was regretting because now he can't enter that forest and he was not able to enjoy the nature. So children, you must enjoy the nature. That's all for today. Thank you.